the chunk onto Broken Blade.
Broken Blade's hit 3. He's got Polymorph. Broken Blade under the tower, rooted up, and there's first blood. MDK on the board.
Well done. Nice trades from Friskawi in mid lane as well, but now G2 set their sights on bot.
For the dive here, Alvaro does have the exhaust, puts it down early. Mickey flashes away, he's tanking the tower. Alvaro will fall first. Yike has to flash away as well. And all.
A relatively even game here so far in the early game.
Hans has had a freeze down in bot lane. At the very least now it's slow pushing out, but the wave state's been pretty bad.
Was their first item as sights on Friskawi here.
Jump in onto him, the cease and desist coming out as well. Alvaro gets the knock-up, but the Emperor's Divide and the Ignite is enough. Caps gets the kill on his opposing mid lane, and now Alvaro's in a world of hurt, trying to get to the safety of the tower with the locket coming out. Caps still secures him. Super now trying to trade back onto Mickey, but Unsummers come to join the party. Mickey pulled out with the face callers. Yike goes in with the Bolt Breaker. Now Yoyo and Super down to half HP.
I was going to say, G2 are having a hard time forcing with the Vine.
Which mean that Friskawi with a single flash could dodge both. Regardless, they still get the flash out. It doesn't really cost them a huge amount, and they're going to do a lot of damage to that bot tower. It will cost.
Super trying to get some damage down onto Unsummer. Mickey jumping across the wall, lands the Shadowing Strike into the Magnet Storm. Mom called for a little bit of help. Alvaro goes in onto Unsummer, but there's no follow-up, and he immediately cleanses away the sun. Fate's Call coming out, and Alvaro is a pinata. The pincushion falls. Next up, Elioya, who flashes away, but can't dash far enough to escape the clutches of Caps. Super and Friskawi now on the wrong side of the rift, because G2 have chased them behind the turret, and they'll find a double for Caps.
An excellent team fight for G2. They find the massive 3-man Rel ultimate engage, and crucially Super, his ult only heals him. It hits barely anyone, only Mickey X if I remember right.
Now they're looking for the last member of MDK. Super trying to get out of this situation. He can't get one back. And that'll be 4 dead on the side of MDK. As G2 extend their lead to 7-1, they'll secure the...
Wow. G2 stayed in Germany, so it makes sense, right? So, yeah. We talked about their bootcamp, and I said I like
as well, suddenly catching someone off guard, shadowing Caps in the side lane too, and leaving them in isolation. I think they have great tools to play the side lane this game.
Summit, he's looking for a bit of a play here. Oh, it's Mickey.
And immediately they go in with the cease and desist as well. Oh, you just pull the trigger. And that's how you fire in. G2 looking for a little bit more as Alvaro tries to keep them away, but the tower should be their prize for now. Shadowing Strike lands onto Alvaro. He's locked back, but has the safety of a second turret to retreat to.
The Q flash was so fast instantly by Mickey, finding the pick onto the Smolder instantly, and now the carry's just on online. Friskawi has no wave clear either, so they can just free hit the tower hit. There's really nothing MDK can do.
I mean, this really is a statement game so far from G2. 17 minutes in. Oh, ulti.
Knocked back. He went in with a twisted advance and has to flash to get out of that predicament. But G2 give him a quick away. The pressure. Drake up in 3 minutes will be Chem Soul for them. Not the most impactful soul. We say that basically every time, but just to remind you, doesn't do too much apart from prep us for the Elder Drake. Nature's Grasp coming out from Elioya. Cap still has the flash. Can he get it out of range? Not quite. True Shot Barrage is going to hit. The tower goes down, as you say. Twisted Advance forward. Emperor's Divide back. TP behind, and another TP to follow from MDK. Broken Blade and Mirwin will trade towards the top side of the fight. Flash forward from Friskawi. Mystic Shot. One hits. He needs another, but he can't quite find it as Cap dodges to the safety of the tower. And the final Arcane Shift. Mystic Shot is not enough. The collapse is happening, as you say. Elioya on the wrong side of the rift. The chase up onto Friskawi from Broken Blade himself. Friskawi stays around. No flash, no mana, no hope in hell of surviving this one. Elioya is trying to base in the bush, in the enemy jungle. We'll see Friskawi down. But is Elioya going to escape? The big question on everyone's lips as he's been caught out. He'll get taken out with the Ignite ticking. Even through the locket, he dashes back in with a Twisted Advance, and then he falls. Caps looking for more as MDK are on the retreat.
And now they your cope angle at the next dragon. Still, they try to pull the trigger up in topside, and it's kudos to Caps, right? He dodges absolutely everything, using Ezreal, and maybe then, you know, with Lulu plus no hyper carry, it's a little bit rough, but, you know, you have a front to back that's okay enough to find some decent fights.
Still 25 stacks away, man. That's a lot. Your base is going to be in tatters by then. G2 use the pressure that Caps can elicit in the mid lane with that Sun Disc to take down the tier 2 in bot. MDK trying to...
Last minute, there's still got a minute left on the Baron. The Dragon Soul is available, but their sights are on the base.
There we are. Synced waves in for them. Inhibitor tower in the mid lane force. True Shot Barrage coming out. Misses Mickey. MDK still trying to defend here. Yike jumps across the wall to clear out that control ward. Can't quite get onto it. Next wave about 5 seconds away from hitting the bot turret. Caps will take the mid inhib. G2 now push in with that next wave. MDK just really can't find much. Can't find any purchase on this game. They're fingers are slipping off the ledge as G2 take a double in-hit push.
Yeah, MDK, they have 2 tools to stop a siege, right?
In this game, really a near perfect game for G2. They lost a Broken Blade in the top lane, they lost the Grub.
But Alvaro, no ult. Very powerful for the Alistair in a fight like this. This is the point that you have to go in. He lands the knock-up on one. It's only Caps who flashes away. The Magnus Storm will lock Alvaro in place. Face call, pulls out one. Hansama down to half. MDK still looking for more, but there's the threat of Broken Blade just slicing through that backline if they overstep.
Honestly, best case scenario for MDK, that fight looks really close, and if the gold deficit wasn't as big as it is, that could have been a turning point, but they couldn't quite lock down a member. They didn't quite have the damage. Now Caps returns to the fold, fully healed back up, spent what last of the gold he has, level 16 as Zia, and the base is falling apart for MDK.
You've burnt all your ultimates as MDK as well, so G2 very willing just to step up. The first Nexus tower falls, the third in-hip tower follows it. Caps can just step forward and rain hell down upon that Nexus turret. He dodges away from the Mystic shot. Alvaro is back up, but no flash to his name. Yike has that cease and desist. The Emperor's Divide still a possibility for G2. MDK, the last vestige of hope, quickly being extinguished here by Caps, who just shreds through Super Twisted advance forward, but there's the Zhonya's to buy a second. Mickey diving in as well, and the slicing Maelstrom finds the backline. G2 are done with this game, and MDK can only stand and watch on their fountain as G2 will take game 1 in convincing fashion. Caps is still alive, Benny. You can say hang on all you want, but MDK can't. G2 will take the Nexus, and they'll go 1-0 up.
Smiles on the faces of Caps, as they should be. 7
Long-range engagement. Oh my
Corky
god.
Tom!
Yeah. Well, now we understand why they banned Xayah. Aragon with the reads. It looks like Mirwin has been cooking.
I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen recently.
To a very small gold lead that they've been able to build with the small jungle advantage that Alioya continues to find. This HP is very low though.
Yeah, Hansama looking for that plasma stack, goes in with the Zenith Blade, but the cleanse away from Hansama should be enough to take down Alvaro. Now Super in a 1v2, Hansama flashes, the Gleaming Quill was enough healing. Does he level up here? Nice, the Gleaming Quill. The Gleaming Quill, and then he levels up afterwards, so.
Damn, that was very close. I mean, credit to Hansama, he sidestepped a number.
Alvaro after the Hex Flash, but Mickey's able to grand entrance his way to safety. MDK, control of the neutrals early doors. Gold lead slightly in. And we didn't see this that much in game 1 here. Seeing a lot more in game 2. They feel like they have the impetus to go in with the Zenith Blade. Alioya looking for the smite, lands it, and a follow-up onto Yike is enough. No escape for him. He's down. Alvaro takes the kill. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Hansama's dived in with the killer instinct. The ignite ticking. Mickey dying. It just needed one. Doesn't have flash now, and now he's about to come back off cooldown. Super stayed around for a while, and yet, as you say, likely to die here. Caps takes it. Mickey tanks the tower. Massive on Frescowy. They're going to look for him. Mickey stepped out early. Frescowy going in, has that Shadow Surge, but can't land it now with Caps TPing in as well. Frescowy is surrounded by G2 and doesn't really have anywhere to go. Flashes away from the charm, but the cease and desist will follow him. He finds one so far. Shadow Surge dodged by Mickey. Now Caps trying to trade back in, but Frescowy has survived for a long time in this battle. Mickey dashes forward, Gleaming Quill hits, as does the charm. In the end, G2 make it a 1-for-1.
I mean, Frescowy makes the best out of a bad situation. Caps TPs, they think with the numbers advantage, they can find a big pick. But while all that was happening, look at the top side of the map. MDK is getting a full tower in mid lane. More plates are being secured. G2 kind of...
The Vex is working well.
The Vex, I think, has had so much work. I feel like Rakan is scared to dash forward, and all the dashing champs are just struggling.
Cleanse away from Hansama. Dark Binding eaten by Mickey. True Shot Barrage coming out as well. The Soul Shackles almost connect on Mickey, but he's able to dodge away just at the right moment. Yike now the next target. He's taken out by Super. Another Dark Binding lands, and under the tower, Hansama is sent packing. Caps is going to Spirit Rush forward here, but right into the face of Alioya. Flash away. Caps dashes back across the wall.
A nice little skirmish from MDK where they leverage numbers advantage to find 2 quick kills. They've set themselves up nicely to secure the dragon and this mid tower. Corky means that Mirwin has been snowballing on the top side, a 1.9k lead for him. This Morgana has been power farming like
a Drake. Yike dashing forward with the Vault Breaker. G2 looking for something here. You can see Super starting to react. Charm goes down. Quickness in as well as Mickey looks for the backline. Double TP invested. Cease and desist into the slicing Maelstrom. And Alvaro and Alioya are already gone. Super next up. Hansama dashing in, but the Shadow Surge will chase him down. Mirwin's fallen, and now it's all on that Shadow Surge. What can you do, Frescowy?
Managing to get away from the chain CC of Alvaro, ending up with the best case scenario for G2 in my opinion. Managed to find a T5 win after being down so much gold.
Else on the map, Broken Blade will have some time with the tier 2 in that bot lane, but mean, although Kennen...
You have to engage and find these angles through the Black Shield and through the Vex. And if you don't find them, you're just going to automatically lose by default. So it's on G2 here to find these engages with these flanks, potentially with a Kennen flank or something like this.
Well, we talked about it in the draft, right? And now they're the ones putting constant pressure down onto G2, ultimately trying to play the map as much as possible and not give them that ability to find that shotgun engage.
2 more tier 2s to MDK. Caps getting a chunk of his HP as well. Broken Blade's going to stay around and put some pressure on the inhibitor tower. MDK invested all of their resources in taking these 2 tier 2s and the jungle away. Broken Blade has had a lot of time with his inhib tower though. Shadow Surge a possibility from Frescowi's. He might look for the chase immediately. The rocket belt away from Broken Blade means the inhibitor tower does fall.
Julie says we're going to get a big lane lead and make up for the lack of exhaust as the game goes on. They don't get the lane lead, and now they just have no exhaust for Kennen and a full dive composition. So I'm a little bit worried.
Well, the top side has the lane lead at the very least.
Sure.
Oh, super caught out, has no flash, cease and desist to follow up. They're looking for more CC here. Alioya puts a dark binding back down. Bolt breaker in, but the black shield enough to keep Super safe from the knockup. Yike flashes the wall, Alvaro chases him, Killer Instinct by Hans Summer, and now MDK are all at arrears. Alioya getting chased out, Caps going forward with the Spirit Rush, needs the charm, hits it. A double so far for Hans Summer in the fight. Alvaro trying to Zenith play it out, but I'm not sure the escape can be anything but a flash across the wall. He manages to escape in the end. Shadow Surge hits only Hans Summer. G2 find 2 in the top side.
And we heard it from the interview. They have to play together.
Scowy didn't use his passive to knock Mickey back. I think he was
flanked down in bot side, and they're giving up Soul Point for some tier 3 gold. So tier 1 gold.
Incredibly fast, and they might look for Frescowi on the bottom side. Alioya's walking away from him. There's the charm, and there's another. An assist at least for Caps, make it 12.
Bot side to potentially look for a fight around that Nash.
Alioya jumped on, no time for the black shield, and Alioya's down. The charm coming out as well as Super's locked up. Solar Flare on the backline, Fear onto Mickey, but he's still half HP, and with the TP coming in, Mickey going back forward for Super once again. Broken Blade TP's in. Caps has a teleport of his own. We'll see if MDK overstep, because there's that ward just above where Alvaro is if Caps wants to TP in behind.
It's an ambitious Baron. You've got to remember that a lot of poke is still available for MDK. Corki, Ezreal.
It's a mega Blasco, and the one thing the Chemtech Rift does for us, Vedius, is give the Kennen the flank position.
Potential.
Caps looking for the charm, Kennen goes in, he's feared immediately, but the dive into the backline, Merwin able to escape. There's one, he's looking to make it 2. It's 2 from Merwin, and GTK are going to allow them to get that close again. Oh, flash forward from Alvaro, looking for that shield of Daybreak. Dark Binding coming out as well. Broken Blade goes in with the flash, the slicing Maelstrom is the follow-up there! A Killer Instinct! And it's a supernova of damage from G2. Caps diving forward, they'll find another fight. Still fighting against 2 here as Merwin falls as well. I said they wouldn't get close enough, but MDK delivered them on a golden platter.
I mean, they tried to force a fight way too hard. Broken Blade this time could find the angle.
He called it, Aragon. Merwin will have the Valkyrie, and Broken Blade only has half his health left. Counter TP coming out as G2 trying to run through the river to react. Broken Blade pops the slicing mountain. The charm on Frescowi as he came out of the TP was perfect, but Merwin's able to trade one back so far. Caps trying to get away. Merwin need another order. The true jump barrage going wide. The rocket doing the same. Meanwhile, on the top side, Alvaro goes in with the solar foul. Alioya trying to get away, but he's already burned the black shield, and he's caught up in the cease and desist. And now G2 have got them in their claws. They found them in the pincer movement. Super and Merwin have a lot of damage between them, though. Merwin already level 18. Yike able to dodge away from the phosphorus bomb, but it's just an auto from Merwin, enough to take him low. The battle dance not quite able to connect. And Merwin and Super are doing everything they can to keep MDK in this game.
Caps is still around, but he doesn't have the HP to fight. What should have been a disastrous situation for MDK ends up pretty
Super
good.
flashes!
As Super gets himself a
Calls them good, and now a TP comes through.
Oh God, Broken Blade, you're right in the middle of the meat grinder. That TP was...
Close the gold gap. I mean, it's been pretty close, a back and forth consistently throughout this game. But now the Soul MDK, their composition, showcasing the strength of it once it reaches that late game point. I will say that last fight, they're looking to equalize this series.
And when TPing in, G2 trying to find a way, find a flank perhaps, but MDK once again doing their due diligence. They've warded their flanks. It's going to be hard for Broken Blade to get in. He does have the flash vault breaker from Yike back to the safety of the tower, but Caps already takes half his HP. Broken Blade will keep Frescowi at bay, takes half of his, but MDK have already broken the inhibitor line and broken the inhibitor alongside it. Double cannon minions pushing in. G2 trying to clear the wave, but they don't have too much wave clear. Frescowi forced away. Broken Blade has the flash, and the engage coming out from G2. Super stunned up. Shadow Surge blocked with the Zonyas, but a dive onto the backline from Hans Summer is purely a dive. Frescawi fears him immediately when he lands, and MDK find 4 in the fight. The Nexus towers in their eyes, and they'll even out the series 1-1.
MDK, they knew the only way they would lose was through those flanks. I don't know if you caught it, guys, but at the end there, they had 5 sweepers. They did not want to be flanked, and they played around their lose conditions really well.
Force that route, but just trying to say, hey, the rest of the map is AP. Let's try and just force that raw ID onto the Draven. But Galio in response,
Somebody call Doinby. It's his time to shine, baby. What?
Numbers advantage, assuming Alvaro on the reset came out through the mid lane. Mickey was seen holding bot side, so MDK knew they were in the lead, and now the hook comes out the taunt as well, and Caps can flash but can't escape. First blood over to MDK.
Very nice punish, very simple as well. Alvaro just connects the hook after Caps tries to force a trade into Frescawi, and given that both mid laners have just been very low the entire laning phase, they're able to convert it into a kill. They even get the flash out.
Their desperation plays to try and punish Mirwin on this chunk. Broken Blade's done a good job of chunking.
But look at where Frescawi's pathing as well. He's pathing towards that red, so then he can come in with the hero's entrance and immediately lock them up. The exhaust coming down. Frescawi came out of base and immediately knew his assistance was needed in top. MDK. For the moment, Mirwin has the lightning crash, the slicing maelstrom coming out. Lightning crash as the response, and Mirwin will look for the chase down here. Broken Blade needs another stun, but Mirwin continues to hit him, and Mirwin will take him out of action. A 1v1 in the top lane while the Drake secured for MDK.
The rundown is just there. Mirwin just stat checks the Ken and BB. Doesn't expect the amount of damage that comes through on the all-in with the ultimate, and now a TP coming down on bot side.
TP behind here as Caps is looking for that flank position. Immediately met with a Dark Binding Magnet Storm in by Mickey. The shield of Duran looking for the taunt, but the Cease and Desist will knock him out of it. Mickey down to 200 HP, and the Winds of War have his name on them. It's 2 for MDK. The hero's entrance coming out, knocked back by Hans Summer, who will get one in response. Broken Blade now joining the fray. A 2v3 on the bot side as Super tries to distract Caps and BB. Shield of Duran for the taunt again, can't quite clip Caps, but it does get Broken Blade, and with a Dark Binding follow-up, Caps will get another in the end. He's looking for Frescawi. Can he get the damage down? He's got one, and with Tibbers to help him, perhaps he can look for a little bit more. Another stun coming out. Tibbers doing so much work in this fight. Eats the Dark Binding, and Caps with the red buff picks up.
It started as a 5 versus 4, but then the taunt doesn't quite connect. Broken Blade is able to, I think he connects the stun hit. Yeah, and then that sets up for Caps to be able to have enough damage to get the execute with the Q, and then he's able to chase things down thanks to the red buff.
Now he out of the
I mean, there were
hero's
so
entrance
many
as well.
things in that fight, but we're already into another one.
Oh, there we are. Slicing Maelstrom coming down. Caps looking for a little bit of damage as well onto Alvaro. Pretty tanky though. Got the aftershock off just in time. Depth charge coming out. Broken Blade in the end will get the kill. Now Caps, really much he could do in that one, but on the Corki, now on the Zeri, he is definitely dominating the top side of the map.
Sitting on a lot of gold right now. He needs to go back and spend it soon, but he has his sights set on the tower.
That's the flash away from the Shattering Strike there from Mickey.
A window now.
Super. No flash has the barrier. Will it be enough to survive the onslaught from Hans Summer? The answer is an emphatic no. Hans Summer gets his second of the game.
Oh, he may have overextended. Doesn't have flash.
Look for the hook to terrain. There's the Dark Shield on him, but even with the hook to terrain, he'll get a bit of a reduced cooldown, but he won't have it up in time to escape
there. And using things like that, it's not too much of a cost side lane threat. Elyoya with the Herald there to support him. This top tower should fall. Easy secure.
A lightning rush forward, but the Dark Binding coming out. Looks like he has to respect the damage that Mirwin represents. Static Chivalry.
You've got to be pretty fast, and it can also hit multiple members. So I think it gives Caps just a little bit more agency to make plays for G2. We'll see if he can actually end up pulling it.
Baron up in a minute's time as well, and with double AD carry, MDK would take it very quickly, but it looks like a fight might erupt before then. TP's behind here. Brookblade looking for the flank. He'll be spotted on that control ward, and first off, Caps is down. And Summer needs to open up the slicing maelstrom. Only going to hit onto Alvaro. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Mickey is keeping Merwin at bay and takes him out basically on his lonesome. Alvaro trying to escape, puts the Riptide down. The chase onto Frescawi now knocked back with the blast cone, and there's no way out for him apart from flashing perhaps to the safety of Super. In the end, he falls and...
Fair play. Caps makes his tactical death work.
And now the balance in this game really hangs between the Draven and the Zeri. Frescawi stepping a little bit too far forward, knocked back. The hook coming out though from Alvaro as the slicing maelstrom hits on the backline with the well. Death coming out as well. Elyoya goes down. Super trying to trade towards the top side. Caps no flash on him, but will put Tibbers down to take the kill. Alvaro's going to die to Hans Summer, who's now on...
Because they think, oh, They don't have TPs, they can't collapse, but I think Caps did in fact TP.
It's just a really questionable fight as well for another reason, and like you just had no exhaust.
Right again, Blast going forward, shielded Durant immediately. True Shot Barrage coming out as well as Mickey has to flash away, but Mirwin here to join the party. Lands in with a lightning crash, they'll kill off one, Mickey falls. And they might look for more, they'll take the tier 2 in the top lane.
But it's the Mirwin dip, right? He is where the gold is sitting. I see very little armor, and I think we're getting another fight.
He caught with the binding, there's the hook to follow up. Alioya takes a chunk from an axe from Hansama. First exhaust is used on Caps before he pops the Tibbers. The slicing Maelstrom coming out and no second exhaust to follow. Cease and desist on the back line, and Hansama's flashing forward. He can see blood in the water, the river painted with MDK's entrails, and MDK are forced away. It's a 1-for-3 exchange in favor of G2.
And Hansama, like you were saying, Vedius, he manages to carry the fight in the end. What happened there was the fight was quite slow around that Black Shield cooldown. The Black Shield came out, and then G2, they took a step back, waited for the Black Shield to expire, then re-engaged again. Managed to pick up the carries in the end, super falls as well, and now the Nash for G2.
MDK thought they had found another pick. The binding was good, but Mickey, he just didn't fall fast enough. The damage wasn't quite there, and unfortunately for MDK, it was Mirwin who fell. And now look at this ultimate to be able to provide that peel, but as you saw, Mirwin died. Oh,
and immediately they jump in on him again.
Morgana's super punishing. If you ever mess up your Black Shield, you lose the entire team fight, so there's so much pressure on Alioya here.
So far, it's a tier 2 for a tier 2 on this exchange. You can see MDK starting to back away, but they're going to lose the inhibitor tower. Will they lose more? Broken Blade has a TP. G2 likely to continue this advance. They start to back away. The binding connecting. Hook out from Alvaro. Mickey looking for the stun. Alvaro able to sidestep it. And because of the flank possibility, it looks like G2 have backed off. Mickey a little bit slower than he'd like. The hook sneaking around the back, can't quite land it.
Just be patient, wait for Broken Blade to siege onto mid. All 5 members of MDK are collapsing
to find something special. Hook wide. Frescowi going for that Mega Blast Cone. To the pit, a possibility, teaming up with MDK. Shielded Duran coming out. If Frescowi's found nothing yet, and I think perhaps his hypers are short-lived and overdone. There's Alvaro on that front line. Caps looking for the stun. Lands it. Frescowi still flanking. There's the Tibbers down, Alvaro down to half HP. Mickey looking for the Magnus Storm, the shield is around the flank! The unseen Galio truly is the deadliest, but is this enough for MDK? The hero's entrance from Frescowi buys them a second. So far they found 2 in the fight, but with the slicing Maelstrom coming out from Broken Blade, is he gonna be locked up enough in time? Hansama still alive, but Broken Blade still basically full HP, and now in a 2v3, BB and Hansama have to do what Mirwin and Super did in game 2. Broken Blade looking for the stun, quite can't land the damage onto Super. Shielded Durand. The lightning rushes, gets him out, and Hansama steps forward, realizes he can't help out his top much longer, and starts to back away. Alioya looking for something across the wall. Frescowi still on the chase. Hansama trying to get away. Caps up in 15, but the stun lands. So does the cleanse. Dark binding.
Oh, rise in these kinds of fights, even chasing into these chokes. But another engage comes out.
Yike going in, immediately locked up. There's the dredge line as well into the binding. Shadowing strike on Alvaro will get the stun. Depth charge. Yike dodging to the side, but goes back in with the season assist and forwards to Alioya. Broken Blade on the front line now. Pops the slicing Maelstrom and flashes away. The Magnus Storm in by Mickey. But G2 are all out of rears. MDK have found 2 already, and with the lightning crashing down, Mirwin's looking to strike twice. Hansama flashes away from the Ultra Shock laser. Tibbers doing enough work on the backline to almost kill off Alvaro, but MDK have got their prize from this. Maybe they want a little bit extra at the end. Ultra Shock laser dodged, but Mirwin on the flank means that I don't think Caps is getting away from this when Mirwin dashes across the wall, and Caps will fall to MDK.
So the engage
by. When you TP on a control ward, it is visible to the enemy team. Caps a little bit overextended, flashes forward, they go for Mirwin, but he missed, as you say! And Caps is made to pay the price. Super and Mirwin are having a field day here. Cease and desist. Anything you wanted to do, G2. Even with a slicing Maelstrom on the back line, Broken Blade can't do enough to take down Super. MDK will wipe them off.
Ultimate, the Kennen ultimate, and the ultimate. It's not enough. They lose the team fight and now the base.
I wonder if they can actually look to end the game here. There's still relatively long death time as Caps is going to be up in 10 seconds. MDK is going to go for it.
Alvaro can just tank it, and you have the 3 grubs to help you out. Mickey there for the stun. Caps up in 2 seconds, but already the Nexus towers are going to be deleted. Caps here has the stun prime. Super dashes away. Here comes Yike trying to stop Super from taking down that Nexus. Super's locked up in time. Frescowi, do you have the damage? No. They don't. They're both tanks. And on the edge of it, on the edge of the 2-1, they can't quite make it happen. G2 hold on to hope.
Now there's the potential of the Baron. They have to concede the Dragon, but it will be the Baron. MDK, I respect the attempt. That Nexus was a few auto attacks away from death.
About having 5 sweepers is that you have no blue trinket, and that can be quite scary if the enemy team's already on the objective because you can't face check, right? You have to use your bodies to face check rather than a ward. So that could be an angle G2 leverage if the enemy team is forced to face check into you.
Hook landing onto Mickey, no shadowing strike for him. The binding coming down as well. Hansama trying to open up on Alvaro. Mickey on the wrong side of the wall, and MDK have already got their first of the break. Hansama now having to run away. G2, MDK will get the Baron.
Plays on the edge where he's not quite dying, but taking damage.
Super, he's been spotted.
And Yike goes in with the flash. Cease and desist coming out as well. The hero's entrance won't give him a big enough shield. G2 find one. Mickey looking for the flank as well. He can go in. Has that Magnus Storm available. Frescowi on the front line. He'll fall too. G2 are looking for more. There's Tibbers. Milwin and Yoya, the last 2 men standing. But Milwin can really open up. And Yoya's so basically full HP. He lands the binding. And now it ends up in a 2v2. Hansama has 6 items, a flash and a cleanse. Going wide. Summoners. Hansama has flash, cleanse. Broken Blade has the flash. Super has a flash, as does Mirwin. Those are the 2 important targets. Alvaro down to half HP though, and Hansama sinks an axe in his back and sends him packing. Now Hansama with the Bloodthirster can really open up. He's got a Mortal Reminder now as well. Switched his itemization around a little bit to try and reduce the healing coming out from MDK. They're going to chase a little bit further. TP out by Frescowi. TP in by Broken Blade. Trying to answer it. Frescowi with a good TP to the Nexus Towers will save the base.
The confidence we saw from Hansama. You saw him just run to the face of Mirwin and say, exhaust me, I dare you.
Although it does seem like Alvaro's getting caught out a little bit as Mirwin dashes forward, and Yike locks him with the Cease and Desist. He immediately puts out the exhaust, but it's not going to be enough. And now Frescowi is behind enemy lines. He tries to get onto Cap, puts down the shield of Duran for the taunt. Broken Blade looking for that flank, has the flash. MDK retreating together through their jungle towards Caps has TP. Gonna use it on the Super. Alvaro's hook just going wide. Hansama still has the flash and the cleanse. The cannon mini now falls, no backdoor bonus remaining. G2 still take the turret, double super used to bounce back and forth. Every team fights a roller coaster of emotion for both these squads.
I will say that I do.
There by Elioy and Mirwin, who are waiting in a control.
The angle from
Caps. Caps. Looking for it. He flashes, they land the stun. Hero's Edge is coming out of Super, tries to flash away the Magnus Storm. Gets Mickey on the back line, but Super still surviving. Tibbers with the chase down alongside the Cease and Desist. Yike is now in the enemy base, and he doesn't really have the teammates to support him here. But he amazingly manages to take down Alvaro. Yike doing so much work here, surviving for so long. Broken Blade's gonna base and TP back in. Hansama flashes forward. Mirwin flashes away. It's a 3v3, and MDK have to try and defend their base.
I think Mirwin expected Hans expected to do more damage to Mirwin there, but through the randoms he just didn't. He committed his flash. Now the question is, can they end? Can they hit these towers freely?
Broken Blade has a flash of the slicing Maelstrom still, as you say. The first Nexus tower falls in an instant like a hot knife through butter. G2 are melting through these structures. It's all on MDK. Can you find something? Can you find that miracle play to defend? Old Shock Laser out by Mirwin. He dashes across the Nexus. Frescowi going in, shooter Duran for the taunt on Caps, but no real follow-up. There's the slicing Maelstrom that G2 were waiting for, slicing through the hearts of MDK, and having their Nexus at 200 HP. G2 somehow go 2-1 up in the series.
Excellent thing that is rare in our current day and age.
We love AD carries.
Yeah, and Mad Lions Core really embracing what is the current meta. It is definitely interesting how we've kind of got old school versus new school here.
It's so gross. It's a smolder top for more through the wall. It is a bit deceptive. The hitbox kind of extends back behind the wall where it was. Caps eats a chunk of his HP for it. Yike coming across here, but Yoyo already charging up the Bolt Breaker, looking for those concussive blows. They find it. Ultra Laser across the wall as well, and Yike will fall to first blood. It's Elioya that takes it.
A Yike, a little bit.
In the end, it will just be the Summoner burnt on the Ezreal.
Credit to Super for surviving. All the attention to mid is going to convert into Grubs whilst Super actually survived.
Wow, okay, talk about annoying. The Grub going to interrupt Yike's back as Elioya cleans that one up. Ultimately, though, kind of a...
Credits to Broken Blade there, being a good actor, not making it obvious that the gank was coming, and instead using the flash to flash W forward and set up the gank. That's the problem with Smolder, right? So I was a little bit worried about how MDK would secure these grubs because you had no flash on the Smolder, right, from the previous gank. So it was a bit scary for him to enter River, but finding a pick on the
top
Caps
lane
is what they need.
That's it all out onto Mirwin. Razork is here. Pass maker out by Broken Blade. Mirwin flaps across the wall. Mom has been called. Ring ring. The paranoia coming in. TP in as well by Caps. They jump instead onto Razork. Straight past Mirwin. Onto Elioya, not Razork. Elioya gets away. Yeah, okay. Yike went for the jungler thinking they could kill him. The shockwave has been invested, and in the end they will kill Mirwin, but for it they'll sacrifice Mickey X and Yike, which is bizarre to say the least.
The combo whiffs. Oh no, they didn't use the combo.
Yeah.
There we go then. That makes more sense.
And all the flashes come through. It's a numbers advantage for MDK. Really nice collapse from them. And they're able to, at the very least, get one kill, G2. But MDK, they walk away with, what, 3, 4 even?
Dash out with the Vault Breaker. Hansama on his way across. Mickey, no TP. And look for the engage. There's the paranoia. Cease and desist out by Elioya to try and survive. Hansama able to dodge away with the killer instinct as well, but Super can open up from the side. Mickey's already down. Yike, short to follow. And MD.
First damage they have from the Nocturne Orianna, as well as take platings down bot.
Super here. Caps puts down the ball, but hey, Mickey, this is a Mickey game. This is the most Mickey game he's had this series. I'm gonna be honest. That's 3 in about as many minutes, and Caps is going to pay for it as well. It's a double for Super. Like, MDK played that well, but Mickey literally died, ran out, jumped in, died again.
This is the early game that we saw from G2 in the finals.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought that we saw an improvement based on the first game of this series, but MDK just continues as the series has gone on, and I think a lot of it is due to the draft. Now, Broken Blade going to try and Cassante, but I don't think he can...
Nah, the flashing away.
If you pop one person, you got to deal with 2 more usually, right? So it's really about...
Well, 18 minutes for the third Drake. It's like a 23-minute soul. They are looking for this Smolder. Still no flash. The paranoia coming in, and Mirwin is sent packing. They're looking for more as Elioya goes in with the cease and desist, but Broken Blade can tank that one for days. The shutdown over the Yike. And the goal begins to even out just a tad.
So they solve the chaos by committing all 5 members top. They end up securing 2 kills. G2 make it work, and they should secure another objective. They leave open the mid lane tower. Nice interrupt there from Super. Only connects up to 1, though.
I actually think Caps shielded as well, so the True Shot Barrage shielded one of the people that was facing that. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it looked like to me.
That's going to be tweaked out. At the start of the day, Finn talked about how when we saw the best version of MDK, it was when the jungle and support were working together. Good vision, as our observers are highlighting for us now. This enabled them to secure that at a tower as G2 cross-mapped on the other side.
Stand beside me. Broken Blade was looking for a little bit more. Broken Blade, very tanky. Iceborne Gauntlet and the Thornmail already complete on him. Pascawi can put some damage down. He'll dash away. True Shot Barrage coming out as well. There's the Fisher going wide. Few honey fruit eaten by G2. Paranoia available for Yike. Can put the map into darkness. Mickey looking for that flank, but Frescowi's there to mark him. The Dragon down to 7,000. Mom called. Ring ring, they say killer instinct on the back line immediately. They dive into Frescowi. Mickey's the one to get the kill. Paranoia onto the back as well as Mirwin trying to dash away. Elioya jumping in onto Yike, who flashes across the wall, but the chase continues. And Chu, the Smolder sneezing all over you, but now with MDK locked in the Magnus Storm isn't enough. But G2, they have 2 surviving, so do MDK, and Super's one of them. He opens up onto Mickey on some of the last alive for G2, but Elioya...
So many threats to clean up the fight.
It starts with an initial pick onto Frescowi, but they commit a lot of resources.
I think Dylan might be slightly mad. I believe my lip reading skills aren't the best, but I think that was a what are we doing?
Okay. Frescowi, Super, and
drive by balling. Oh, they can't quite get the ball on towards Yike in time. He's going to chase forward though, and with the fear tether back, Mirwin has no escape. G2 find a pick in the sideline.
Cancelled it. What's the game plan?
That ward is not spotted by the controller because it's right by the wall. BB trying to dash into the backline. Glacier Fisher coming down, but they pull Alvaro across with the all-out. And Alvaro pays the
price. For MDK. Doesn't mean that it's that significant. Oh,
Season desist onto Hans. Summer does have the flash, does have the barrier. It doesn't expend either.
2 here. Now, you do have the Nocturne Orianna combo if you want to try and fight it, but you have no dive from a Kaiser.
He's going to face check. There's the paranoia. On the front line is Alvaro chasing Yike away. Broken Blade looking for the backline. Mirwin flashes over. Magnet Storm in by Mickey. Fiscawi going in with a lightning crash, and Broken Blade can't tank this for too much longer. MDK keep G2 at bay and secure the Baron to boot.
MDK taking all the rights. They're on track to bring us to a game 5.
So much neutral damage, neutral objective damage here in this composition as well. Flexing that, taking the Dragon as well. Now going to head down into bot on this stacked wave. And you can imagine this is going to be a tier 2. With this Infernal Soul, the poke is going to really add up too. They can layer some CC if they want to. Buy ultimate into a Smolder. It's an insane composition. But looks like they're going to recall.
Start the recalls, do them together, now stop them because they see G2 advancing. Yike able to dodge away for the moment. The True Shot Barrage alongside the concussive blows. The Infernal
to hit the Nash was the rest zone, so frustration maybe from G2 knowing the Gauss kills.
Yike might just be dead. No flash, concussive blows comes out, the paranoia. I mean, all that means is you die in the dark. The Nocturne's down. Fiscawi, the Killer Instinct in. Ooh, he's knocked airborne as he tried to jump over the wall. Hansama going in further. Fiscawi's going to flash away. It was the Shockwave, as you say, the combo with the Orianna Killer Instinct. There to try and take out Fiscawi. Caps flashes across, dodges the Glacial Fissure. Mom is rung by Mirwin. Shadowing Strike from Mickey will buy him a second on the top side. Hansama caught up with a cease and desist and he'll fall. Mickey jumps back in, trying to save his mid laner, but all he can do is buy him a second. Caps down, G2 down, MDK pushing down mid.
The AD carries reign supreme in this game. The dive coming in from G2, knowing that the meta, trying to counter it, but it just isn't enough. All series long, we've had the same dynamic, and MDK sticking to their guns once again come out on top.
We wondered if they'd wake up for the season finals. Winter was the last time we saw them battling at the top. Here, MDK have come to say, we'll take you all the way to game 5.
Question marks still raised around G2's early game. Some of the decisions, some of the execution choices that they made.
Aurelia also
let's go! Aurelia! Let's go! I mean, I think it's such a good pick into the matchup for sure. I don't know if I like it into Braum. Oh, I kind of want...
From the Nidalee up there. The last time we saw Nidalee top in the LEC. Flash, Shadowing Strike. Barrier coming out from Super as Hansama looks to trade in. Super trying to get away, but with the Ignite, taking the unbreakable flash from Alvaro. Stop Hansama from getting the final auto down. He may pay for this with his life. He will, but Super survives.
Hansama Draven, baby.
Yoria makes his way top lane.
This is looking very nice for Broken.
Oh, no.
I don't think he has this. I think with the Ignite, he can actually take him down here.
Jumps forward, gets knocked back with the
Spear
Vault
misses.
Breaker. Spear misses. I'm not sure if it matters, Finn.
Problematic for G2.
Look at topside. I think that, yeah, there could be an all in here. Like, he has ultimate now, and level 6 is a very
goes in.
big
There's
power
the
spike.
Vanguard's Edge. Flawless duet. Back Mirwin flashes from it, but Broken Blade flashes to follow. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Both the top laners trading there.
Mid stacks is just absolutely Thanos, so he plays with the power spike, uses it, finds the all in, and trades 1-for-1. I thought maybe it would be difficult to secure these grubs. I suppose you could stack up the mites, but regardless, going to go over to the side of G2.
G2 invest 5 players up towards here, right? Hansama is so strong right now with a BF sword and a Vamp Scepter on his way to that BT. Super does get the push in bot. Waves are going to be sacked down there. Yike flashes away from the Glacial Fissure, but still hit by the edge of it. Ayoyo will chase him with the cease and desist, but the Stranglethorn's coming out. Means Mickey's here for the Magnet Storm. Blast Cone gets Yike out. Fiscawi dashes across the wall with the Spirit Rush and will be able to kill off the Zyra first. Mickey the next to join him as MDK find 2 off the back of the grub. One of the only boots that were untouched in the boot changes on 14-15, didn't have their cost increased or anything because they were underperforming compared to other boots. But what they do give you is basically an empowered recall every time you want to recall, gets you a bit more tempo on the map and gives you that move speed when they upgrade after you've moved the requisite 150,000 units across the map.
Do you want to know my favorite Symbiotic Souls tech?
Yeah.
Apply them on Action and spin around a tower. And they stack. And they stack.
Look at bot lane.
Caps is here, TP in, Lightning Crash from Super, eats an axe. Double TP's invested, the Emperor's divided to the whirling death. And there's 2 already for G2. 1 exchange as Mickey falls for Fiscawi under the tower. Doesn't really have a leg to stand on anymore. His junglers in mid, his top laners in top, surprise, surprise, but no TP on the Nidalee means that he can't react to this. The charm goes down, Caps not tanking the tower, uses the shield. Fiscawi gets 1. but in the end, it's the 3-for-1 exchange and the turret to boot for G2.
And there's the TP we wanted from the Aurelia down into bot side. Mirwin does get the cross map with that Sheen, making it easy to secure, but they also get the mid-tier 1 as well, so slightly favoring MDK. Right, so he has to sit way back, and he doesn't want to fight without it. The Braum CC coming in with the Vice CC as well. Could be stacked up.
Connect in the same way an AP in Italy would. The heal from Mirwin will give attack speed, though, as Cap slides in. Mirwin takes a chunk of his HP for this. Hansama gets the knockback. Whirling Death has to be flashed. Caps flashes forward, though, and Mirwin healed up just enough to survive. Now Caps going golden. Mickey with the Magnus Storm blocks Alvaro in his tracks. The cease and desist from Elioy in the backline now, and now Mickey's underneath the tower. MDK have reacted perfectly to
they lost a lot of HP in that exchange.
Yeah.
And so then Draven still being full HP.
Baron MDK can look for that. Mickey stepping forward. Bolt Breaker just short. Shadowing Strike will get the stun. The Magnus Storm coming out as well. Mickey looking for it. TPs immediately as soon as the ward's down, but Hansama is locked up by MDK. Vanguard's edged in by Broken Blade. He's got to do something incredible here if he's going to turn this around, but he's stunned up, charmed up, locked up, and he dives back in with another Blade Surge. He'll get one. So far, a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of MDK. Fescawi has a Spirit Rush and Super has a flash to dive in. The Emperor is dividing nothing as Super dodges away from Caps. Mirwin finds Yike. Caps tries to get the damage down. He will take out Super in the end. But the Orb of Deception from Fescawi. And they spent together the boot camp they've done. Elioya catching Mickey here. Ultra Shock Laser, Caps diving in for Mirwin, doesn't have the flash, does have the pounce to try to dash away, but G2 are collapsing on him and Mirwin has no way to get away from this. Mickey with the Magnus Storm locks up Elioya, the Glacial Fish are coming out from Alvaro, Stranglethorn's just short of the knockup. Super and Fescawi are starting to collapse. Super could dash in, but immediately would be met by G2, who have found one kill in this. Mirwin down, 30 seconds before he'll respawn. There's a tower in the top lane and G2 will set their eyes upon that.
Does leave mid completely open though. Look at Friskow. Makes his way towards the wave, catches it, starts pushing that in. He may even be able to set up a siege, but numbers difference. G2 have 5.
Caps has flash, and Super can't dash away from it. The last time the Emperor divided, it was an imaginary number, but this time it multiplies G2's lead. Friskow still pushing in mid. The tower will fall in the top lane. G2 are going to start to back away. Friskow looking for that inhibitor tower. Can he get it in time before G2 are back out on the map? I think the answer is yes. Friskow will take the mid inhib tower.
And I wondered
for them, but they could just go for mid tower. The Dragon down to 7,000. Charm on Mickey. He's almost down already. Mirwin dashes forward. Mickey with the shield from the crash down. Gets himself to relative safety, but how relative is it? He's only at 300 HP and no Warmugs for him. He went Locket first instead. The Drake secured by MDK, and they might want a little bit more. Don't want to give G2 easy access to this mid lane. The tower's still very healthy. Mickey's going to reset. A 5v4 is on the cards here. Mickey stays around, realizing that his team's being collapsed on. Spirit Rush forward into the charm. Cap spots a stopwatch. Mickey goes in with the Magnus Storm, and Hansama has so much time. The Vanguard's edge on the backline as well. Already Super's down. Hansama begins to open up. Cleanses away from the concussive blow stun. Alvaro is sent to the grave. MDK escaped with only 3.
Knock him into 3-man connect. MDK is completely divided. You've got them trying to flank on one side, will catch the wave in mid, and it ends up... But the Zhonya's provides the space for Caps, and now look at this mid lane tower. It disappears. The top lane is sure to follow. G2, off of a single fight, have swung the momentum of this game.
I was worried there. I thought Caps might be going for something crazy with the minion wave under the tower with a shuffle, but he doesn't go for it. They can play mid into side and play for this cannon minion to hit that tier 2, and the Baron should expire soon.
Next wave is on its way. They might have 3 or 4 seconds with this wave buffed up, but Baron about to expire. Mickey Hex flashing across the wall. The Stranglethorns. G2 know this is their opportunity to crack through that turret, and they'll do exactly that.
That's a great observation, and this is something that Mickey has to keep track of. Where is the jungler? Mirwin on the flank is not something you have to be too afraid of.
Super dashes across the wall, sees the assist. Magnus Storm, though, Elioya's in. Super dashes in as well with a lightning crash. He's trying to take the damage down onto Caps. He'll get one. Hansama flashing forward, just able to dodge the charm. Mirwin trading up towards the top side, kills off Broken Blade, and now G2 are split. 4 of MDK still surviving. Mickey trying to sacrifice himself to keep Hansama alive, but he just can't do enough. MDK find 4 in the mid lane.
It's Caps that falters. He overforces the fight. Super is able to navigate his way past the engage, and Mirwin wins out on the 1v1. Broken Blade turns his attention to the top lane, says, fight me to the death, and Mirwin does just that. 4 members alive. MDK, I wonder if they'll look to end the game.
It just feels like with the fight, the way that G2 want to fight is they want the enemy to come into them. Because if you're trying to run into a Draven and a Zera and a Zyra, you're going to have a really bad time. But Caps just fully sends it, like you said, Thaddeus. And it's just not...
The Soul once more. And MDK.
Looking for a possible flank position here. On the line between these two teams. Alva's going to get stunned up. Glacial Fisher coming out. Friskawi waiting around the corner. Lands the charm onto Caps. And Caps is sent packing. Now G2 in a 4v5 have to find a way to fight back. But Ayoya will not give them that opportunity. It's a beautiful fight from the Mad Lions Koi. And they roar into life here in season finals.
It's a one-sided ace and a massive upset as MDK have done it. They will take down G2.
For the first time in 2024, Mad Lions Koi will take a series off G2. And what a series it was. They'll face Fnatic in the